everyone, this is Neha and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about resources and structs on Moveland. So let's get started. Right. So if you see over here, we have a visual representation to understand resources in Move. But before we get into understanding resources, let's spend a moment to understand how structs are defined in Move language. As we discussed in the earlier video, Move language enables us to deal with digital assets in a completely different manner. If we look at Ethereum, we deal with numerical balances, which leads to a lot of security issues in terms of transferring the asset, in terms of modifying the asset. But instead, in Move language, we represent digital assets as structs with certain abilities. Move language has 4 abilities which are defined: key, store, copy, and drop. Key and store, the key ability allows the struct to be saved somewhere in the global state. The store ability allows the struct to be saved under another struct. And the copy and the drop abilities are the ones that we are mostly concerned about. Because if we look at the properties of physical cash, the two most important things that we look at is that you cannot copy a note. Yes, it is still a fungible asset, but you're not essentially copying the same note. Similarly, you cannot randomly destroy the note out of nowhere. And these two properties are very important when we are talking about storing digital assets. So now that we are clear with the 4 different abilities in Move language, that is key, store, copy, and drop, we can look at how the syntax works for defining a struct in Moveland. If you can see right over here, we have the struct keyword followed by the name of the struct, followed by a has, which represents what abilities that particular struct has, and followed by the different abilities. In this case, there is only a single ability listed over here, which is key, and then inside the struct, we're just saving some integer value. Now, as discussed around digital assets, copying and dropping are some things we should not allow digital assets to have as abilities, and that is exactly what resources are. Resources are special structs which cannot be copied or cannot be dropped and have to be stored. So if you look at this particular syntax, we have the struct which is named coin, which has the ability to be keyed, but it does not have the ability to be copied or dropped, making this a resource. Also referencing back to our previous video, I discussed that in Move language, in the global state, the resources and the modules are stored under the accounts. So if you see over here, the resources are actually stored under Alice's account. So Alice's account has a coin resource having a value of 100, meaning that Alice has 100 coins. Now if Alice wants to transfer these coins, then this entire resource will actually get transferred to Bob's account. It is quite different than the Ethereum way of doing things, where we will just be updating the balance across both the accounts. And here is a reference code that we can take a look at for the transfer operation. So we have the public modifier indicating that it's a public function, fun, which indicates that this is a function, transfer is the name of the function. Here we are defining our parameters from, to, and amount. So this is again Moveland syntax, where you have to write the name of the parameter followed by the data type. The signer is basically similar to sender that you would have seen in Ethereum. 2 is the address that will be receiving the coins, and the amount is whatever amount of coins needs to be transferred. The first line here basically focuses on a pre-written function within our libraries, which basically detaches the coin resource from Alice's account. And then the deposit function attaches this to the receiver's account. This is just some simplified code here for reference. We will be covering more on how you can actually create your own token and how you can do the transfer operations using our existing token libraries in a later video. That was it for this video. Hope you had a good time. Take care. Bye.